So today is the last video in the maple bank of drawers. Now we're going to be adding some orange flake shellac today. We're going to be adding 3 coats and we're going to be cutting back in between each coat with 240 grit paper. And we have cleaned the back of the runners in this now. We've sanded them and they're all nice and clean. We also have a couple of repairs. There was a large chip in the corner at the bottom, and we have a chip in one of the drawers, so we're going to be repairing those as well. We just have to find a piece of maple, which I don't have any stock of, but we have a solution. Now, I'm not going to film us putting a coat on all 40 drawers. We came down a bit later and we put another coat on, so we have 2 coats on now. Starting to look like a nice colour. Now if you look behind the jointer where I keep my nails in those drawers are maple. So we're going to take a little piece of wood from those drawers for our repairs. Now the drawer that was behind our jointer is the only piece of maple that we can find, and we're just going to take a piece of wood from the back here, just enough so we can repair our chips. And we'll still be able to use the drawer and you won't see anything from the front. We're just going to notch a little piece out. Now the corner of this drawer, the top corner, has a large chunk missing, and we just want to get the shape that we're going to need to cut. We don't want to make it any bigger than we have to. The good old bandsaw's been going for 30 years. We're just going to make this piece of wood a little bit smaller. got a nice tight fit. We're going to mix up some epoxy. It's a 5-minute to go dry hardener. And we'll stick our piece of maple in place. And we're just going to trim it back with a utility blade. I find I have a lot more control with these on small repairs. Just going to get it nice and flat. And that should blend in nicely. Now we've got the large chunk that was in the bottom right hand corner on the plinth. And this is a little bit wider, so we're going to take another piece of wood from the other side of the drawer. Normally we like to leave a lot of the bumps and dents and scratches, but these ones are just a little bit too big. Again, we'll just cut the piece in half. In the shape that we want. Just get it nice and flat. And we're just going to scribe around this with a utility blade again. I like to use utility blades. They give me a long straight edge. You have to be careful though. Don't want to cut yourself. Again, we'll just mix up some epoxy. This is a 2-part araldite. And in 15 minutes, we'll be able to trim it back. Okay, and we just want a nice tight fit. And 15 minutes later, we're just going to trim it back. A bit awkward because I've got the camera right where I need to stand. But we're getting there now. Put a bit of polish on it, and that's blending quite nice. And we're just going to cut the sides back with some 240 grit. We're just going to use the orbital here, get the sides nice and flat. Again, we won't film us cutting back everything. We're just going to go for one more coat on everything, and we'll burnish everything back again, and then we'll be waxing. I've just got some 4.0 grade steel wool here. I'm just burnishing the side back again, getting ready for the last coat. And there we have it, 3 coats on the carcass, and we're just cutting the last coat back on the drawers. And again, we won't film everything here. We're just going to put another coat on the drawers, cut them back, and then we'll be ready for waxing. There's so many drawers. And some 4.0 grade steel wool again, to keep smoothing everything back. And that repair in the corners blending in quite well. The last coat, again we'll put a coat on everything, including the 40 drawers, and then we'll cut everything back again, and then we're going to go in with some wax. Now we're going to use a Jack Pole English Formula Antique Wax. And this is a light coloured wax that we're using. Now we use a brush at first and then we go in with a rag. We just keep smoothing and rubbing the wax in. When we're buffing in, we always like to put a lot of pressure and really push the wax into the wood. You can see you get like a little sheen on the pad, and that helps buff it up even more. Getting a really nice sheen on it now. And wax on the front. Now there are 2 more videos in this series. There's the introduction video where you can see the original condition that we got this piece in, and then we have another video where we use paint stripper to remove the finish. And again, we've got 40 drawers that we have to wax, so we're not going to film all 40 drawers. And all the drawers have had a coat on the inside as well now to freshen them up. So the piece smells nice and new. Now we have the card holders. We're just going to give them a very light rub just to get the dirt off. But we're going to leave that old finish on them. And we're going to do the same for the handles as well. So this is going to take a couple of hours. Again, we won't film that. And we've got all the handles as well. With all the name tags, the card holders are on. Abracadabra! And now we have all the handles on as well. This piece would be much darker inside a house, but we'll put it out on the driveway in the daylight and you can have a look at the finished product. And there we have her. This is a beautiful piece. We don't often get them with as many drawers as this one. And maple is a sort of yellowy golden colour. And the repair in the corner, you wouldn't even know. Now if you do like this video, give us a thumbs up, throw us a comment, like and subscribe. And we put our hand in so we can get to the back. And yes, it's got a few marks and dents, but we like that. Okay, well thanks for watching. We have more pieces to bring you, and we'll see you soon.